Officer-involved shootings often make the news, and I've been asked on a number of occasions, why did the officer shoot the suspect in the chest when the suspect was only holding a knife? Why didn't the officer shoot the knife out of the suspect's hand? Or why didn't the officer shoot the suspect in the leg? So today's topic is where officers aim during police shootings, why officers often fire more than once, and why these decisions are often found to be justified. I'm Steve Cerbalic, and I'm a panel attorney with ASCOPS in Arizona. First, I know that a large amount of my audience is law enforcement officers, so bear with me while I explain some information to those who are not quite as familiar with guns. We've all seen the movies, particularly old westerns, where the cowboy has a dead-eye aim and can shoot his revolver to hit the gun out of the bad guy's hand. This makes for a great movie scene, but is extremely impractical in real life. Although many guns are extremely accurate, they fire straight, aiming those guns is a skill that's hard to master even in training, and extremely difficult in dynamic circumstances where the shooter and the target may be moving. Additionally, the purpose of an officer shooting a suspect is to stop a threat. Bullets aren't magic force field devices, and being shot doesn't necessarily stop a suspect from continuing to move and possibly hurt or kill another person. Officers stop shooting when they recognize that the threat posed by the suspect stops. This can be accomplished in a number of ways. If the officer realizes that the suspect drops the weapon or throws the weapon away, the threat is likely over and the officer will stop shooting. Or, many times, the threat stops when the suspect is down on the ground and the weapon is no longer likely to hurt the officer or others. But these evaluations of when a threat stops happens in split seconds. And there's a delay in the time where an officer sees or perceives a threat and when the officer can react to that perception. Putting this together with the difficulties that exist in hitting a target that can move, law enforcement officers are trained to aim at center mass and to shoot until the threat stops. This gives the highest likelihood of the officer's gun hitting the target and stopping the perceived threat. Now that you know the standard and purposes behind shootings, for those of you not overly familiar with firearms, I'll give you a little more context on how difficult it can be to hit a stationary target, much less one that's placing you in fear for your life or the life of someone else. Here in Arizona, during officers' annual firearms qualification tests, the officers need to hit the scoring area in a target shaped like this, from distances ranging from 25 yards to 3 yards. They fire a total of 50 shots, each shot worth 5 points. And again, the shots only count if they hit the scoring area inside the target. This scoring area represents areas that are more likely to stop a person from continuing to threaten officers if a bullet strikes those areas. Officers can only miss 8 shots total out of 50 if they're going to pass. And the test includes elements like offhanded, single-hand shots, shots after reloading, and other elements. While we hope and expect that officers are proficient with firearms, this test can be difficult, and it's a piece of cake compared to trying to hit a target in a real-life scenario. Officers faced with a deadly force scenario most often don't have the luxury to wait and see if a single shot would be effective. So, to maximize the possibility of stopping the threat, officers act within their training and law enforcement best practices when they aim for center mass and shoot until the officer recognizes that the threat is over. If you found this video helpful, please take the time to hit the like button below and subscribe for more law enforcement lessons. Videos are published every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Arizona time. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve Cerbalic. Stay safe out there.